What's up, YouTube? How y'all living today, man? It's your boy Bam. Y'all get on up in here, man. It ain't a cool one today, y'all. It ain't a cool one today. You got haters amongst us, man. Why people love to hate? You understand what I'm saying? What's wrong with the hate, man? Why everybody got the hate? You know, I can't relate to that, man. I can't relate to haters, man, in a real way. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I can't relate to haters, man. I don't understand where the haters come in at. I got one person up in here, man, but I can't understand how somebody always got something to say about what another person's saying. Uh One of my homies hit me today. He was like, hey, big homie, keep doing what you're doing, because people love to hear what you're saying. Somebody came up, my boy Blade hit me, he say, like Kev Mac got the Mac heads and the maniacs, that my crew should be called the Bam's Bunch. And that's what I'm gonna start calling the Bam Bunch. Y'all get up in here, man. And let's make this happen. As always, now that I can do it like this, if you got questions, I got the answers. You understand what I'm saying? So tap on up in here and ask your questions, and let me give you the answer to them questions. You understand what I'm saying? It's a trip, man, in regards when I give my prison stories. I'm not trying to glorify prison. I share my prison's experience with people because I don't want to see nobody under me going to prison. I've already ran into that wall. They don't have to run into that wall. When people ask me my opinion about snitching, check this out, man. We all know what snitching is, man. What's up, Mr. Henderson? How you doing, brother? You understand what I'm saying? But I talked to Sick Mick last week, man. His big brother is in Ironwood, working and trying to get a date. They gonna transfer him to a place where he got to do a program. They want a certain class he to do. They trying to get lifers dates. You understand what I'm saying? But you tapped into something, man. I remember when my homies and them first went to Denver. I was in the penitentiary when all that chaos was going, right? And when Sick Mick come to the pen later on in the game, we met up. And then Sick Mick was Sully's in the hole. Man, let me give you a Sick Mick story, right? We was in the hole. And a dude said my first name over the tier, right? And Sick Mick let dude know, hey, man, don't say my big homie name. We don't get down like that. You understand what I'm saying? I've been knowing Sick Mick real when him and Hen came out the womb. I've been knowing them since they was babies, man. One of his cousins, June from the Pocket, is one of my childhood road dogs. You understand what I'm saying? I used to fuck with his uncle, Big Mickey, and Francis from Fruittown, the Bellows. His family is real reputable in Fruittown, as well as he got reputable little cousins from the Pocket, little Rip, resting in peace. You understand what I'm saying? They had a little cousin live down the street for him, my homeboy Capone. You understand what I'm saying? Sick Mick and Hen is some good brothers, man. And I hope my homies is able to one day come to these streets. We stay in contact, we communicate. You understand what I'm saying? When they need things, we send it to them. I communicate with their sister and their mother. You understand what I'm saying? Brian, you understand what I'm saying? So we all good. But let me give y'all a prison experience, man. I remember in Tracy, being Reese Cups from the 20s in Long Beach. You know, me and Reese Cup used to really get at a lot of straggling dot moves when they was hitting them lines when we was gang banging in prison. And this dot move dude, he was from Dago. He tried to sneak up in there and hoping didn't nobody recognize him. And we only had one key soon. Reese Cup had that. So I grabbed a motherfucking baseball bat, man, and bust dude in the head with the baseball bat. I fucked this brother up real bad. I'm not trying to brag about that. I don't want nobody to take it that way. This is just another one of them prison stories for you, right? But when you're in prison, man, you got to go with the flow of what's going on in prison. And when we hit them level 3s, a lot of bloods and a lot of keyways, we was gang banging, going at each other. Level 3s might have that race ride. But watch this, man. Majority of my drama when I was in level 3, it was Crips and Bloods going at each other. When we got to them level 4s, that's when we seen that homies that was on them level 4s wasn't playing that Crip and Damu going at each other thing. It was a mutual respect. And You got to follow the rules. It's rules and regulations when you get to these. Every yard got its own policy. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you might have dudes that kind of try to intervene in the policies that's going on, but you can't stop the flow of what's right. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I like to share this, man. Every time I get on here, I'm a black man. I'm a Crip by choice, and I represent Compton Front Hood to the fullest. You understand what I'm saying? You had a whole lot of dudes having something negative to say, saying Crips and Bloods that was on the paperwork like we got cut on us. No, we ain't got cut on us. Because when you ask, whenever somebody asks me where I was from, I mean, I'm from Front Hood Compton Crip. I didn't say CCO. They already knew I was CCO. That was the structure I was a part of. But trust and believe this, man. Every Crip and every Damu in Departments of California Corrections, whether they was under the Constitution or not, they fell up under that structured guidelines of the rules, and the structures was the rules and guidelines of what the structure ran the yard. So that's what they had to understand and respect. Yeah, they'll get released and they'll say this and they'll say that. Then you got dudes, watch this, man. Then you got dudes who ain't never been to the pen. You know what I'm saying? Never been to prison and get on their shows and say, oh man, I don't get dudes points for going to prison. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, Brian Johnson. You get these dudes say they ain't digging, they ain't they ain't giving nobody no points for talking about prison. Well, that person sound more like a hater than a person that's trying to put a message out to the youth. It's a trip, man. How you get brothers come on these shows and Hispanics saying they for the inner city to have peace and all that, but they don't do it. And that's right, man. And he gonna get that. He gonna get that. He gonna get that, man. And Ken Dog from Ducky Hood gonna get that. I ain't seen what's my boy C-Dog from Ducky Hood. I used to be on Ducky Hood on Frady back in the day. You understand what I'm saying? But you get these dudes that pop in on shows. They say, oh man, I don't watch these dudes shows. You understand what I'm saying? 1 month ago, 2 or 3 months ago, you have motherfuckers coming on here talking about, oh man, motherfuckers ain't into helping each other on here. Watch this, man. It couldn't be a successful gang member, Crip or Blood, on YouTube that could have a successful podcast if you don't send shouts out to Kev Mack and the Mac Heads and the Maniacs. Because that's who's going to build a channel. And watch this. If it wasn't for Kev Mack and Melly Mel, y'all wouldn't know Bam. Kev Mack, the first brother, interviewed me, pulled up in my hood and interviewed me. You understand what I'm saying? And we had a wonderful interview. Kev Mack was surprised how many views I had got. Then when he finally seen my channel, he commended me on it. You understand? And watch this. And he said it in one of his shows. I can help, man, critique certain things. And I take Kev Mack advice. Generally take it. I didn't let it come in one ear and go out the other. So Kev Mack ain't just a homie to me. He's my YouTube mentor. See, if I get stuck in something and don't know how to possibly answer a question, believe me, man, I'm gonna reach out to Kev Mack and say, hey man, how should I do this? Kev Mack told me this a long time ago. If a motherfucker bring my name up, I can address it. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only reason I had an opinion on the Mob James situation. Because the dude FG got at me, not got at me, but he said in an interview, wonder what the Brodies and the Bams got to say. So, hey man, check this out. My opinion is this. Although it's on YouTube, that's still Damu business. That ain't Bam business. I don't see no paperwork. Don't choose to want to see the paperwork because it's not my business. I don't cut corners with Mob James, so I'm not worried about if he gonna tell on me. I'm not doing anything with him for he can tell on me about because I'm not cutting corners with him. But it's when people start assassinating one another's characters, it's a hidden agenda behind that, and that's what people need to see too, man. Because I've been accused of things on YouTube. Not snitching, not being a scandalous motherfucker. One dude, watch this, man. I don't even know why I'm gonna bring this up, but I got to. Because it's my experience. You understand what I'm saying? A motherfucker implicated me in his marriage like I was creating problems in his marriage when I wasn't. He was having people look at me in a fucked up light when I wasn't the cause of the problem. nor was I the solution to the problem. The cause of the problem was the person always on YouTube talking about his marriage, talking about what's going on in his household. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, he might have seen a text in a phone, but hey, man, that didn't get it right. That dude to right. The public put my name out there. Then he deletes videos when you confront him about it. You understand what I'm saying? He denied accusations when he knew he the one put all this out there on YouTube anyway. But I wasn't trying to feed any of that. I don't get on YouTube threaten nobody. I'm not into the celebrity boxing shit. I'm a hood dude, man. I'm a street cat. So I'm gonna want when a person have a problem with me, if it comes to us needing to solve our problem, we gonna solve it street. That's simple as that. Again, I'm not a tough guy, but I'm not a scary guy. I survived in prison because I was laced by the best in prison. I didn't follow bullshit. I followed real shit. You understand what I'm saying? My record is immaculate. I wasn't one in the penitentiary that misled young dudes from the pen. I tried to guide youngsters the way I was guided in prison, whether they was a Keyway or a Damu. I had a lot of, watch this, man. OG Bam had a whole lot of young Damus calling me big homie. Hey, man, that's the big homie, man. I used to pull dudes to the side if I seen some form of them being misled by their collective was ever. And I wouldn't speak ill of the collective. I just tell them, hey, man, pay attention to what's going on. Use your head for more than a hat rack. You understand what I'm saying? See, I always believe this, man. The loudest motherfucker in the party is the weakest in the party. The motherfucker that's always saying what he'll do ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing. Because a soldier move in silence. You understand what I'm saying? Did I do a lot of things to brothers in the pen that didn't deserve it? No. Every motherfucker I ever stabbed in prison, every CEO I ever assaulted in prison deserved what they had coming. Because they overstepped their motherfucking boundaries. They jumped in a lane that wasn't no over-invitation for them to jump in that lane. You understand what I'm saying? I do know this, and this is a sad thing to say, but it's true. In the penitentiary, man, putting snitch jackets on people was one of the quickest ways to get a person hit. Now, I done seen people get hit because dude put snitch jackets on them because they was reputable dudes. They said, oh, man, that dude telling. And because he reputable, we believe what he's saying. Come to find out the brother wasn't telling. I done seen that a few times. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we talk about 4,800. We talk about 4,300. Well, I'm here to tell you, man, Crips and Bloods did each other a disfavor when they created the Crip modules and the Blood modules. Because we went inside of the modules going at each other. We wasn't in there trying to create unity. Only time it was unity in the Crip modules when they chatted the Crip cadres over the tier. They brought some form of unity. But as soon as the cadres was up, you got motherfuckers in the cells fighting because they didn't get along with each other. You understand what I'm saying? Same with the Damus. When they had 4,300, they did themselves a disfavor because they was going at each other in there instead of trying to bring union amongst themselves. And that's what we supposed that did. We supposed that brought unity, real unity amongst ourselves. But instead, a lot of people in them gang modules, they were so afraid that when dudes came down from the pen, that we pushing prison politics instead of county jail politics. But watch this. Why you didn't want us to come up in the gang modules and push the prison politics? Because that was you was going anyway. 85% of the people that was going in the Crip module or the Blood module was on their way to the pen. And a lot of them wasn't going to be on a level 1 or a level 2 yard. A lot of them was getting life sentences in there. So we had to lace them about what was going on in prison. Listen to me, man. When I first go down to the county jail, and I went in 4,800. They put you in one cell, Baker 1, for you to see OSS. OSS is the gang police. Know where you from. They put you on the right tier and all that amongst your homies. But as soon as I went in there, they knew I was CCO. They saw, no, y'all in the fighting the police. See, sheriffs don't like COs. Cause we can talk shit to the COs in the pen. You can tell a CO in prison, but I'll beat your motherfucking ass, man. Get your punk ass away from my cell. I remember one time in Tehachapi, man, a CO wouldn't let me shower, but I was still on the tier, but they got control of cutting the water off. I said, man, let me shower. Motherfucker got the bark, and I said, motherfucker, if you come up off that motherfucking gun tower and come on the floor, I'll beat your motherfucking ass. Listen to me, man. He hit his little button, about 4 or 5 police come up in there. So you also got convict police and inmate police. Like, convict police already know that a convict ain't gonna just say shit just to be saying it. So when the police, they had me in the office, I said, man, I don't do no motherfucking apologizing, man. What I said, I meant. What come up out my mouth, I'm gonna defend. Let me shower. I just got off work. I want to take a shower. You understand what I'm saying? And this fool's telling me, no, I ain't gonna let you shower. You're a motherfucker lie. Why ain't going in my motherfucking cell? Call the goon squad up in this motherfucker. We can have the show if they want the show. Because I'm in that penitentiary and I learned this from Sumo Neil. It's can't stop, won't stop, man. It's crip or die with me. You feel what I'm saying? And I stuck to my guns. Later on, me and the CO never had no motherfucking problems, man. And we understood that. You understand what I'm saying? So you get these dudes that come in on our shows and they want to belittle what we saying. Like, I didn't like it when some dudes say, oh, man, if you was in the pen, you knew what was going on. Let me share this with y'all, man. Everybody in prison didn't participate in that gay shit. Wasn't in the raping dudes and doing that shit. Yeah, we might have heard or knew somebody that did it. And we might have didn't do nothing to that person. But I've done shit to people that did that. But everybody ain't got to do that. Watch this, man. And I need people to understand this. Any man in prison can get raped. 10 motherfuckers can rape one motherfucker, but it's about what he do after that. Now, if you sit back and allow that shit to happen, hey, you must like it. But motherfuckers can come out their cell and have them a knife and handle their motherfucking business. What made this a topic for certain people on their podcasts like mine was because this one white dude was on Big Hurt show saying Serenians don't do this, Emmy don't do this, white boys don't do it, but on the other side of the day room, them dudes is into that. But on the other side of that day room was Crips, Bloods, Coomies, and Jammers. So he was throwing a lug at us, and I had to defend that. Yeah, I'm a Kiwi, but I'm going to defend blackness too. But I'm going to call a ball and strike a strike. I don't care if it hurt anyone's feelings. Don't let the truth hurt you. Let the truth uplift you. You understand what I'm saying? Be disgusted and hurt by the lies that's being told on YouTube. Don't be hurt and disgusted by the truth that's being presented. The truth gonna set a motherfucker free, man, and take you on levels that you never knew you can get to. Sometimes we got to use our head for more than a hat rack. The penitentiary is filled with motherfuckers that can do a whole lot of thinking for you if you don't know how to think for yourself. And the people who don't know how to think for themselves is the ones that's gonna get misled when they're in prison. You understand what I'm saying? See, I'm a motherfucker that want to tell you how I turned my life around when I came to prison. How I came home and started my own paint business. I still paint on the side. I've taken graffiti off people's property that got gang graffiti on their property. Bam, affordable painting. I stress this a lot, and I'm gonna say it right now. If there's anybody in the greater Los Angeles, Compton, Watts, Long Beach, Carson, Gardena, Paramount, whatever, even in the projects, you understand what I'm saying? If you got gang graffiti on your property or your place of business, if you buy the paint and reach out to OG Bam from Compton Front Hood Crip, I would paint it for free for you. I'm not going to paint a whole house that's graffitied up. You're not going to get your whole house painted for free. But if you got graffiti on your garage door, on the side of your garage, I'm more than willing, if you buy the paint, to come take it and get it off there. DJ Vegas, what's up, man? I got to stay Compton ready. That's the only way I know how to do it, DJ Vegas. But listen to me, man. Let's stop hating at each other. Why everybody, watch this, man. I hate to say this, man. Why so many brothers only is trying to emulate Charleston White? And by that, I mean pointing the finger at what another brother that's trying to do positive. You trying to find some negative shit out of what he's saying and what he's doing. Don't hate on my life, man. Hate on your own life if you're not being positive or you haven't prospered in your endeavors. You understand what I'm saying? Half of these motherfuckers can't walk a mile in somebody's boots, man. Yet they got a whole lot of negative shit to say about what we say and how we doing it. Or but you ain't never been to prison, you ain't got a prison story, right? You want to say you created this? Okay, cool. Hey, watch this, man. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers that come on YouTube and shout they knew Tookie and Raymond, but they didn't know him. You know, I had one dude, I seen a show where dudes say Tookie brought Crippin to Compton. No, Tookie didn't bring Crippin to Compton. Mac Thomas, head Huncho, brought Crippin to Compton. You feel what I'm saying? The first set was the Grandies. You understand what I'm saying? Then you might hear other people say something totally different. Yeah, Tookie ran a group home on Santa Fe and Pond, the Red House. Once he got shot, he came to another group home. That group home was on my street. But Tookie wasn't parlaying around there like, I used to go to that group home because the people that owned the group home, I knew them. You understand what I'm saying? So we used to go in there and we'll see what was going on. You know what I mean? So let's not get caught up in a whole lot of propaganda that's being spreaded on YouTube and lies. You understand? Loose lips and shifts, man. Propaganda, man, will get you hurt. People think they don't. YouTube got its own politics now. Like prison got prison politics. YouTube got politics. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take Kev Mack books, notes out of Kev Mack book. I'm gonna be the gatekeeper of Crippism. I'm gonna stand up for my people. I'm gonna stand up for black people. You understand what I'm saying? If they believe you get dudes go on TikTok, get on YouTube, so all them Crips and Bloods would go at each other, but they don't do a goddamn thing to their enemies. Hey, watch this, man. We wasn't in the penitentiary. The Emmy just didn't walk over us. I'm not trying to talk about the Emmy. Yeah, the Emmy brought noise. But Don Moose and Keyways, we brought that same amount of noise to them. See, this is what people don't know. Yeah, you might look at the end commercial, see the ride on the yard, but man, when that motherfucking tear gas clear up, it might be 100 people stabbed on that motherfucking yard. Two or three people shot and killed. You understand what I'm saying? Bullets ain't got no motherfucking name, and them motherfucking COs is shooting at any motherfucking body. Although they was in lines helping people that wasn't black, but when they started shooting, they wasn't just shooting at the black inmates. You feel me? Ben, you did. You say you tried to buy you a bid a day, your card wouldn't work. Don't say that, man. Wouldn't work at work. It's gonna be all right, man. You understand what I'm saying? But we got to. I'm on here for unity, man. I promote unity, right? Like I admire my homegirl Cynthia Nunn. I admire because what she does in the community. You understand what I'm saying? I admire the homie Gangster when they trying to get the Watch Festival and bringing it back together. But I have an opinion on that. That right, the Watch Festival. The Watch Festival will do the community a whole lot of good. But in order for us to really have something to go good in the communities, we must first get our neighborhoods together first. Because we don't know what can happen once we try to bring all these gangs together. We need to have a mutual understanding that it's not going to be violence at these events that we want them to be at. You understand what I'm saying? And we got to start, every OG on here that's trying to do something positive, we got to start directing shit towards LeBron James. And yeah, them dudes donating shit, but they don't come inside this community and donate nothing to the community. Yeah, you get Shaq there calling a motherfucking idiot like he did that shit with Kyrie. But watch this, man. Shaq goes through Walmarts and buy kids bikes and do all that. He said he did something with Big U. I seen them talking together on YouTube. But hey, man, check this out. It's time for people like Shaq, LeBron James, and Paul George and them. And I ain't just talking about them. They got to step to the plate and say, let's do this. You feel it's still in trying your brother. It's still trying your brother. I don't understand what you asked me, Ben. Said better than I can understand it. When I say stealing a brother, that means I'm taking his life from him. And I ain't into trying to steal no brother no more. You feel what I'm saying? That's not my get down, man. I don't like black on black crime, man. Black on black violence. That shit turns my stomach. It fucks it, bring tears to my eyes when we out to hurt each other instead of hurting the real enemy. See, the real enemy for me is the police. The real enemy is any racist that hate black people. You understand what I'm saying? I don't advocate violence at motherfuckers like American Cholo, aka American Buster, right? I don't advocate violence at motherfuckers like Gay White or Sidekick Dewberry. I don't advocate violence at Gunner them. I don't advocate violence at them. I advocate that when they say things about my race and about the gang I represent, that we must correct them on what they saying because they throwing lugs and shit. And that's what a lot of up north cats, man. Salute to you too, Long Live EA. Listen to me. A lot of cats with these up north podcasts can't go to their neighborhoods no more because they gang member dropouts. You understand what I'm saying? Too black, too strong. West Baltimore in the house, y'all. Listen to me. Every time Gunner hear black dude say something, he got something to say. Like the Swifty Blue dude now. Ever since blacks was on there talking about checking in, Swifty Blue think he's somebody where he can tell a motherfucker they got to check in. Swifty Blue ain't never went past the county jail. And I guarantee you, when he was in the county jail, the only thing he was doing with his homeboys was entertaining them. Somebody was making a beat for him over the motherfucking bunk, doing that before he can rap to him. Swifty Blue is a dude that get on YouTube being flip-flops, pulling pistols on boys, little boys. These teenagers talking about gang banging. But one day he gonna pull a pistol out and he gonna either have to use it or somebody gonna have one in their lap and they gonna use it. Somebody always told me, man, if you banish that pistol, you might as well use it. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope this dude can learn how to get himself together. Like I be looking at YouTube and I see people being interviewing Hispanic gang members in LA, right? And these dudes go to people with morals and turn over the candles and kick over the candles and all that was being lit for these people that's resting in peace. And the first thing come out their mouth, where you at, nigga? Where you at? They ain't talking about black folks, though. I don't know who told somebody, Little Milford Atlantic Drive. That's right, homie. I don't know who told somebody that was okay for them to use that N-word. I don't like hearing nobody use that. I have no problem with us using it, but because we use it don't mean they can use it. That's as far as I want to go on that, because I seen when my boy said Little Milford Atlantic Drive. I was in Bob Simmons' boys' home on Atlantic Drive, man. I used to fuck with JD, Roger Scott. You feel me, Birdie? Me and Birdie had a little relationship going on when I was up in that motherfucker. You feel me? Psycho. Mad Dutch. Matter of fact, I gave Mad Dutch his Swahili name in the pen at Tracy. Mad Dutch was a barber from Atlantic Drive. Every time, what's up, Sparrow? Every time I went in the barbershop, I don't give a fuck who cuz hair he was cutting. When I went in there, the next person, Dutch like, the homie Bam up in here, man. Dutch had my waves going like that. Dutch used to have my waves on deck for me when I go ready on my visit. You understand what I'm saying? Always, man, been a type of keyway. No matter what you represented, I embrace you. Oh, Dutch had a squabble too, long live. Dutch had a squabble for real. Dutch the homie, right? Me, Dutch and Junior Session, resting in peace from Acacia, with Sellies. And watch this. June was my little homie. But June was buck wild. I remember when Turtle got there on his violation, June got at me. He said, man, Turtle, he want to holler at you. I'm going to go sneak and eat when you go holler at Turtle. He was on orientation. But a lot of people thought me and Turtle was going to be clashing. They didn't know me and Turtle knew each other, and we had a relationship. And when you're equal, you don't clash, man. Me, Turtle, Whiskey, none of my homies with the same type of influence, we never clashed because we wasn't on no power struggle trip. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, RIP Junior Session, man, listen to me. I remember when I met his big brother, Troy. Me and June picked me up when I came home and took me shopping. And we pull up on Raymond, go to June's house. And his brother, Troy, see me. He say, man, I don't know who mama was cheating and who daddy was cheating, but you motherfuckers look just alike. June was one of my true, solid young homies from Acacia. I got a brother-in-law from Acacia, Fool, Cigar Lee. You feel what I'm saying? I fuck with him. Radar, G-Ray, they call him now, resting in peace from Acacia. You feel me? Them was my little cats, little monkey man, little Greg and them. Them was my little cats, because Tutti Frutti and they sister Ruthie. When I hung on Raymond, that's who house I hung at. Me and Winston, Rabbit from Tada's brother from Pork Village. You understand what I'm saying? I was a Crip man that hung out with a whole lot of different Crip sets. You know, I ran with the 8-9s, Doug resting in peace, 8-9. Big Wolf was like my big brother from 8-9 East Coast. But I was hanging over there before the East Coast label got put out there. Thank you, long live Number Compton Love, OG, for sure, baby. But listen to me, man. We all got to come together. Backyard Beast. You checking in? That's right, Savannah, Georgia. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. Share the content. In order for anything to come peaceful in Los Angeles, man, we must have a real round table. And when I say a real round table, man, I ain't talking about 100 Bloods and 100 Crips coming. I believe 2 people from each generation need to come to the round table. Let the OGs initiate the conversation. Then us OGs step back and allow these youngsters put all their differences on the table without no violence and just straight communicate, straight positive dialogue. And I guarantee you, everything gonna turn out fine, man. OGs, that's the problem too. A lot of people think OGs got to lead. No, what we got to do sometimes is lay in the shadows and become advisors. OGs, when you giving that OG status, you become an advisor. Let your young homies come to you. Watch this, man. My little homies taps in with me, and we don't just talk about neighborhood issues. We talk about other issues that might be going on in our life and where we can get an understanding and reach a solution to what's going on wrong in our business. You know, that's what OGs got to start understanding. OGs ain't always meant to lead. Sometimes OGs got to do a whole lot of listening, man, in order to be successful in passing out their advice. You can't talk at a person, you got to talk to a person. I'm a type of dude that I talk the language of the village. You understand what I'm saying? You can't bring a motherfucker to a round table of gang members and listen to this dude. He trying to tell you what's going on wrong, what needs to be did to make things right if he was a banger. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear this from a dude that went through the same shit they went through. Man, you came out the trenches like I came out the trenches. And this is how you doing, Alice? Salute to you too. And this is what we got to start doing. Let's start lifting each other up and building each other up. We ain't got to hate on each other, man. Where does hatred come in for black folks always want to hate each other? That's that divide and conquer shit. We got to eliminate that shit, man. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got to become a Charleston White. Let Charleston White do what the fuck he do. They say he's serving you some real shit. How can a rat be serving you some real shit? You feel me? How can a real motherfucker support a rat? But get mad when you see homies that interview people that might have this snitch jacket on them. But ain't nobody, watch this, man. I done had 100 people getting at me about Too Pretty Kenny. And I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say it again, right? That's my big homie. That man been knowing me, man, since I was about 13 or 14 years old. When I was out there really, really gang banging, trying to build a name for my motherfucking self. That man been knowing me. When I walked to my homeboy house and lived down the street with him, I had to pass Too Pretty Kenny mother house. And Too Pretty Kenny seen a young motherfucker out there, man, with the honchos on, with the blue rags in my motherfucking pocket, with my pistol in my pocket. You understand what I'm saying? So he knew my pedigree. He knew what was going on, my credentials. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to start understanding that that's my big homie. You want to know if he was a beast in the street? Read his book. Watch this. He had to be more than what you think he was, because ain't nothing happened to him. Watch this, man. Sometimes people get on YouTube and they exaggerate a lot. But the more exaggerating they do, the more exposure they're going to get exposed for the lies that they say. And this is what people do. That's why, watch this, man. I ain't going to never expose nobody, but I'm going to tell you where I was at. And if a motherfucker said he was there and ain't co-signing something that me and Big Q said, or Rockhead, well, you know who lying. You understand what I'm saying? You read Mouse and Cody book. He exposed some things that he shouldn't expose in his book. And a lot of people was offended behind that. That's that truth that's being told. Father, yesterday morning, call your parents more. Hey, say it again, man. Say it again, Murphy. I understand that, brother. Because watch this, man. Because when I was in the pen, I lost a lot in prison, man. Like I was saying on Melly Neal's show last night, and I dropped a few tears when I said this. I was one of them Crip dudes, man, and when I first went home, I ain't want to leave my homies in prison. I wanted to stay in there with them. My homies walked me to R&R because they was going to take off on the Serenios that day in Trace, that Saturday morning. I'll never forget, man, but I wanted to be a part of that shit. I said to my homeboy, Eastside Mike, said, man, and Eastside Mike is a non-affiliated brother. He was a player. But that was my homeboy and stayed down for his crown. Me and him smoking that weed, man. I started crying. I'm like, cuz, I don't want to leave. I ain't want to leave my homies up in there, man. They had life in prison. I wanted to stay in there with my homies. It's that fucked up thinking. At that time it was. You feel me? I extend my condolences too, Murphy. My deepest condolences to you, brother. Yeah, that was some fucked up thinking, man. And that's y'all send y'all condolences to this brother, man, for his loss. And that was some fucked up thinking, right? But you get a lot of dudes that don't want to tell you the truth. So I was one of the gang members that got addicted to smoking crack at one time in my life. And I would never wear an F-head when I was on crack. So I went to the rooms of recovery and got off that cocaine. You understand what I'm saying? And my homies, I used to think my homies was giving me drugs because they was afraid of me. But they was giving me drugs to keep the cheat off them. And they didn't want to see me out there pumping gas, pushing a motherfucking basket. And when I got sober, listen to me, and went in the hood. Hey, blew your mind, Brian? Hey, I'm in that book, my homie Lebo in that book. You got a few homies in that book. Listen to me, man. When I got off drugs and I started telling some of my homies I was on drugs, some of them couldn't believe it because I still kept my appearance up. You understand what I'm saying? I kept my appearance up. I ain't couldn't no motherfucker tell me to wash the car for some dope. I probably would have took his motherfucking car if you'd have said that. I remember one time when I used to get high, man, I go to a spot in my hood and I see my homeboy cleaning up the backyard. I snatched the broom. I said, man, hey, man, who the fuck told y'all to tell my homeboy to do? We don't do that. We don't front hood, don't get out like that. And the homie wasn't from front hood. He was a crip and hung out over here, right? But when I got sober, man, my homies was real proud of me, especially my little brother T Tuck, man. Feel me? Block that fool OG Bam. He's talking about OG Ham. That's Gunna and Mr. 209 trolls. Is that what that is? Tiny Two Tone? See, I'm confused. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not, watch this, man. I'm in a good mood today. I'm not going to feed into trolls. I'm not going to feed into none of that. If you want to call me OG Ham, you can call me what you want, man. Just don't call me late to get my paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? But the name is OG Bam, and it's with 2 M's, not 1. You understand what I'm saying? But check it out, man. We got to learn how to start loving each other and get off that page emulating dudes like Charleston White and Gunner and them. You feel me? We got to get away from that. You just come get that H2O, yeah, that's what we was known for, man. And that's why a lot of people have a lot of love and respect for my hood. You understand what I'm saying? My hood is known for the water, known for the killing, known for the squabbling and all that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we was into. You know, a lot of these OGs get on here, they mad because don't nobody, you go ask them about that. Oh yeah, cuz that's Gunner and Mr. 209. All right, Tiny Two Tone, I got you. But you get these dudes, they offended because they homies don't recognize them as being OGs like they want a motherfucker to see that they saying on YouTube. Every motherfucker advocating that they're a G ain't no G, man. Because like I always tell y'all, man, OG is a title earned. It's not just given based on your age because you got gray hair. That don't make you no OG, man. My little brother, if he was living, he'd be 52 years old, going on 53. But I mean, 53, matter of fact. But he was an OG. But he was an OBG. You understand what I'm saying? Like my homie Bug. Bug 5, 6, 7 years younger than me. But Bug's an OG because he could carry himself as an OG. He's responsible today. He's been a hell of a role model in his kid's life. You feel me? And this is what we do. You understand what I'm saying? I see they tapping in. Gunner is a fake northerner. Hey, check this out, man. All I know is he's a dropout. You understand what I'm saying? So that will make him fake. So be it. You feel me? They fake. I don't care if they tap into my motherfucking show. Hey, CB, you had asked me a question one day last night, and I didn't see it till this morning. The Bam in the chat. So whatever that question was, if you remember, CB asked me again. But I'm here to tell y'all though, man, don't get caught up in what some of these dudes on YouTube saying, because a lot of them exaggerating on who the fuck they are. You understand what I'm saying? Like Q said on Kill Mac, man. I don't like it if motherfuckers trying to tell you he know me and he really don't know me. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly, long live. You're still an OBG. That's just what that is. And most people don't understand original baby gangsters came with a whole new outlook. That OTG crew and that TG crew is like that OBG crew to me. See, I'm one of these OGs, man, that love these youngsters out here. But before I forget, I named all the nutties the other night except my boy Hogan. You feel me? Black ass Hogan, that's the homie. I love his ass. He stays sharp and he stayed with the Oops and Lime and the Nutties. I love him. Nutties was like my second house, y'all. I rode over there from the day when I came off the porch crippin' at the age of 12. I always hung in 165 Nutty Block, man. You understand what I'm saying? Me and Big Woody and Lil Ant was real tight. Killer Reds from that motherfucker, Sweet Pete. You understand what I'm saying? Game Uncle. Because Game family lived down the street from my family on 166. So when I spent the night over my people's house, I hung with Game Uncle, Game Daddy, little brother Brent Taylor's resting in peace. His auntie Cootie and we was real tight. I knew his grandfather, I knew his father, I knew his uncle, the big homie Greg Taylor. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand something, man. You get dudes like Charleston White say don't nothing positive come out of Crips and Bloods communities. He don't know that. It's lawyers and doctors that came out of our communities. They ain't got to advocate that they used to be a Damu or a Keyway. Long live Sweet Pea, for real, rest in peace, man. And this is what people need to start understanding. I'm not on no negativity on YouTube. I'm not trying to create controversy. What I call a baller, strike, hell yeah. When I confront some bullshit, hell yeah. Now, in the process of me confronting the bullshit, if a motherfucker don't like it, they so big, man. You ain't got to watch the show. Just as easy as you tap in, you can tap out. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I don't understand these fake trolls. When you trolls tap in, subscribe to the show. Because they tapping in for a reason. You feel me? Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. The man tapping in all the way from Seattle. Hey, check this out, man. I had one of my homies hit me this morning. He said, cuz, you know what I admire most about you? You ain't never mislead us, and you came home and showed a motherfucker who didn't want to work how to go get a job and start working. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You know what I mean? Thank you, Brian Johnson, and I love my job. You understand what I'm saying? We going through some shit at our job now, but I love it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm always try to build myself, man. So when most people put a period at, I put a comma. I don't want my life fucked up no more. I know what it feels like when a motherfucker say you got life in prison and you might not go home and you can go home on appeal and they take that L up off of you. You feel me? UK tapping in. That's what I'm talking about. K-Man. All right, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. Support the channel. Do not be afraid to shout and support the channel. Please support the channel because you know I'm going to go live again at 6 o'clock. You understand? I'm going to give y'all a cool hour today. You understand what I'm saying? Till about 3:30. And I'm going to tap out. Tapping in from Uptown Bronx. What's up, Uptown Bronx? That's someplace I want to go, man. I got to go to New York. I want to go shopping up there and get one of them hell of a jackets with the dude be serving. I'll be seeing it on TikTok. I got to get there. But yeah, man, I support Kev Mack. I support Melly Me. I support OG Gangster Show. I support the Renting Circle. My little homie Loco Visit. I support those channels. Do I support channels that come with bullshit controversy? No. I don't support controversy in a bullshit way. But I support dialogue. If you can have anything negative, you can get some positive out of it, whether you believe that or not. Blade, what it do, baby? You feel me? And this is what people got to start understanding, man. I'm not on here to throw lugs at nobody, but I will confront those that throw lugs at Crips, Bloods, and Blacks. I'm the cake giver of blackness. I'm the cake giver of Damuism, Cripism, man. As simple as that. I represent Compton Front Hood, but I represent it in a positive way. I don't advocate black on black crime, black on black violence, none of that. Matter of fact, I advocate supporting the black community, black businesses in the black community. That's what we got to start doing, supporting each other and stop trying to belittle each other. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're doing the enemy job and they sitting back and they laughing at us. That's what busted motherfuckers like Gunner do. We got enough motherfuckers like Charleston White. It's enough trying to belittle us. We got to call these rappers out on their bullshit. Y'all need to come to these communities, especially when you got these rappers claiming these neighborhoods, right? They got to come to these communities and try to donate for we can do something. Man, I watch this, man. I've been trying to create a sit down for the inner city youth for the longest. Never once did I ever get a donation, a $2 donation. All I wanted to do was create a sit down for the inner city youth. I was going to have people come speak to these kids, boys and girls, and tell them what not to do and what to do. You understand what I'm saying? Do as I say. Don't do as what I did, because what I did wasn't cool. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we got to learn. And I'm asking y'all now, yeah, I seek donations on here, man. Yeah, I'm going to ask somebody to buy me a drink. Am I wrong for that? Now tell me, am I wrong to say, hey, man, can somebody buy their boy a drink because I've been on here? I'm popping and I ain't drinking no water. So why not buy your boy drinks from time to time? If I say, look out for me and buy me lunch, it ain't like I can't take my lunch there. I might not want to take the leftovers I had for dinner last night that be gorgeous and wonderful, taste scrumptious. But I be wanting to see that Bam Bunch. That's the new Blade. You gave us that name, and that's what it is. The Bam Bunch. I'm gonna make me some moderators on my show, because I love the contents that I push out. And I love the people that tap into the show. I'm always trying to keep it 100, man, no matter what, man. Let's get it together, folks. I'm gonna go live again at 6 o'clock. It's gonna be questions every night at 6. It's gonna be question and answers. So the Bam Bunch, y'all get ready to tap in with your boy. Let's make it happen, man. If ain't nobody told you they love you today, OG Bam love you. I'm always love my people, black, brown. Let's make our communities better, man. Because my goal is to write a book. Hope I can find me a ghostwriter to help me write a book, not just on how to survive on a level 4 yard, to share my experience, strength, and hope with you, to show you how I turned my life around. You understand what I'm saying? What do I think about Jamil? When Tookie used to run the group home on my street in Compton, it's in his book on Slater. When Tookie, I used to go down there and look at him buff iron, because Wayne was in the group home, so me and Wayne was cool. So I used to go down there. Bam's Bunch, for real, Brian Johnson, I used to go down there. Jamil was a fat buff dude. Jamil was low-key a bully. He was messing with one of my homegirls, man, my homie Dennis and E-Bone them and bunked them sister Mary, right? And I didn't like that. Mary was like 2 years younger than me. I didn't like it because he thought he was tough. But me and him, check out the incident we had. When I got out of YA, I got in the game. My big homie Denny Moore, the name of guy would put me down with the water. So I'm out there serving. I had just got my low rider, man. Now I knocked this broad named Karen, lived in Cerritos. Fine little broad, right? Big old, she a little taller. I was like 5'6", 5'7" at the time. She was like 5'10", right? Had a 2-bedroom apartment in Cerritos. That's like you cracking girl and you living in Cerritos, you doing it. And me and her had a misunderstanding on something, not a physical misunderstanding. It was like she caught me cheating, and I was like, well, fuck you. I don't want to fuck with you. It is what it is. You just ain't my woman. You just my side piece. And I'm in a trap on my street. I had a trap on my street. My homies Les Dog and Maine, rest in peace. They daddy Big Red used to let me share water out the garage. And the broad pull up, man. And guess who she pulled up with? Jamel and his brother. So I look out the garage and see him. I got a little 38 snub nose. I got on some corduroy. I got it in my pocket and shit. I'm going out there. Jamel seen me. Didn't know me by name, but he knew this is my street because the group home was down the street. He's like, what's up, little cuz? I'm like, what's happening? And man, what's up with you and girl? That's me and girl business. I didn't show no sign of weakness. And his brother was one. Man, I don't want to hear that Avalon shit. Y'all take this shit to Avalon Gardens, not right here. I'm in my hood. You can't come in another motherfucking hood to think you can press them. At least not Bam. Mac Washington, Pet Bull, and Great Cross and didn't teach us to be weak. So I'm a representative. But we was cool, man. I remember one time I went to a concert. Tookie then was in there. I go in the bathroom. Jamel on the motherfucking bathroom floor doing some motherfucking push-ups, trying to get himself tight. Jamel got recognition off being with Tookie, yo. That's my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Now, he half-ass loony. I just wish he can get the help that he needs. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it, and that's all. Hit that like and subscribe, man. Support the channel. This is the best 50-something minutes I'm going to give y'all later on tonight at 6. I'm going to let y'all tap in. And like I always say, man, if ain't nobody told you they love you today, OG Bam love you. Peace.